The California Dream for All program is set to return likely in the first quarter of 2024. We should anticipate new guidelines and updates any day now. And in the meantime, I want to share some potential changes that I've heard through informative sessions. I want to prepare you as much as possible as a buyer and also discuss who may not be right for this program and some alternatives that may be a better fit for you. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erica Monroe. I'm a realtor in the Bay Area and I specialize in Solano County. So Dream for All Shared Appreciation Program is coming back with the same amount of funding, about $200 million, allocated just for this program to help make home ownership more affordable for Californians. Before we jump into potential changes, I want to give you a quick refresher on what the California Dream for All program is and what it may require of you as a borrower. So what is this loan? It's called the CalHFA Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. I know that's a mouthful, but ultimately it's a secondary loan that allows you to borrow up to 20% towards a down payment or your closing costs. This means that your first mortgage, your main mortgage, is likely going to be a lower amount, which means your monthly payment will be more affordable, and you do not have to pay monthly interest on this secondary loan. Now, it's important to understand that this loan differs from any other down payment assistance program because you have to share a portion of the appreciation your house has accrued when there's a triggering event. And I'll go into what that means in just a moment. So not only are you paying back in full the 20% down payment or closing cost loan, you're also going to be paying 20% of the equity you've gained in your home. Let's look at an example so you get a really clear understanding of what this may look like. Let's say that you're purchasing a house at $500,000 and you qualify for the down payment assistance loan. They're going to allow you to borrow $100,000 and apply that as a down payment. That means your main mortgage would be based off of $400,000. Let's say that you live in the property for 5 years and you decide that you've outgrown it, you need to upgrade, and your home's value has appreciated up to $640,000. Well, remember that it's a shared appreciation program, so that you're going to have to pay CalHFA back 20% of that appreciation or that equity. Homeowner now enjoys $112,000 in equity, and it pays out $28,000 back to CalHFA. Remember, you have to pay back the $100,000 in full plus the 20% appreciation, so that means $128,000 goes back to CalHFA. The largest anticipated change is how the program's going to be rolled out. Last time it felt like a free-for-all and nobody knew whether a buyer was going to qualify or not until we were notified that the funds ran out. This time there's an anticipation that it's likely going to be some sort of lottery system. It may be a certain amount of houses or funding allocated to each county. So it's important to keep in mind that not everybody who applies for the program will be able to utilize it. If I were you, I would start having conversations with lenders now. I know we don't have firm updates on who exactly would qualify, but if they think that you may be a good candidate, you may be able to start chipping away at some of the requirements, such as the 2 educational programs that Dream for All requires. The first is a more generalized first-time home buyer course, and the second is specific to understanding the shared appreciation portion of this loan type. These courses do cost money, so I do think it's important to have a conversation with the lender first to see if they think you may be a good candidate. Now, who may qualify for this round of Dream for All? Again, we won't know for sure until official guidelines are released, but a good place to start is being a first-time home buyer. This is a first-time home buyer program. Last time there was a broad definition for first-time home buyer. You could have purchased a house in the past, you just could not have had ownership or be on title of any property for the last 3 years. So it's unclear if that's going to change or not. I have heard that there will be some more emphasis on supporting true first-time home buyers, at least one buyer who has never purchased a property. Keep in mind, you also have to have this as a primary residence. No investors are allowed. You have to physically live in the property. Anybody on the loan has to physically live in the property. there is high anticipation that income limits will be dropped. Previously, you as a borrower could earn up to 150% of your area median income. Area median income is based on each county. So Solano County, for example, our area median income is $112,600. So previously, you could earn up to 150% of that number. We anticipate that this is going to drop closer to about 120% of the area median income. So again, Solano County, 112,600 is our area median income times 120%. That would take you closer to a maximum of 135,000. Again, that's not an official guideline. We're still waiting for the finalized numbers, but in informative sessions, it sounds like that's likely going to be the case. For those of you who were already on the brink of not qualifying due to income limits, this program may not be a great fit for you, but keep in mind there are other down payment assistance programs. They're not as aggressive as 20%, but they do have silent loans, which won't impact your monthly payment. You also won't have the component of having to share your equity or appreciation when you go to sell your property. Now, who might not be a great candidate for this? Again, this is my opinion. Absolutely have a conversation with a lender to find out what the best option is for you. But in my opinion, if you are a buyer who's looking for a quick fix, you want to get into a property just to get your foot in the door, it's going to be a stepping stone house to get you to your dream home, this is probably not the program for you. We just don't anticipate really aggressive appreciation over the next couple years. We'll probably see single-digit appreciation, but you have to gain enough equity in your house to pay back that 20% loan. You're also going to have to pay 20% of your accrued equity to Dream for All, and that's not going to leave you with anything if you're even able to generate that kind of equity in a short period of time. So those who are looking for a stepping stone house that want to move quickly, my fear is that you're going to get stuck there and you're going to be unhappy. It's going to limit your options. So if this describes you as a buyer, definitely start having conversations with lenders about other down payment assistance programs so that you can find something more appropriate for your short-term goals. Lastly, if you are a buyer who plans to pass along this property to your children, for example, keep in mind that this program has what are called triggering events that require you to pay back immediately that 20% down payment. The first is selling your house. Of course, if you sell your property, you have to pay back the 20% loan. A name change on title is also an issue. So if you change title to a property to somebody else, that is considered a triggering event. We're also dealing with very high interest rates right now, and this program only allows you to refinance one time during the course of having this silent second loan. So if you try to refinance more than once, that is also considered a triggering event where you would then have to pay back that 20% down payment. As soon as official guidelines are released, I'll hop back on here and clarify what the new regulations and requirements are. It's always my goal to inform you to the best of my ability to help you prepare, especially if you are hoping to qualify for this program. Perhaps there's some work that you can do in advance so that you can hit the ground running when the program is released. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.